Hello, today is Friday, July 31, and today we are looking at Amos chapter 4 together. I encourage you to pause for a moment and read Amos chapter 4 on your own. You can pull out a Bible and do that, or you can read online by following the link that I've posted along with this video. In Amos chapter 4, God is speaking to his people and calling out their sin. God calls out specifically the sins of these wealthy people. He says, you are taking advantage of those who are poor and those who are weak. You are selfish. You're only concerned about yourself. And God says that sin has infected the hearts of individuals, that they're greedy and selfish. But God also says in Amos, throughout the book, that sin has affected the society of his people. That the court system, the justice system, favors those who are rich. That the way business and finances are done favors certain people over others. Sin doesn't just affect us as individuals, it affects our society too. It affects us as groups. And so God says that he has allowed and sent disasters on his people. He's given them hunger. He sent plagues. He sent them bad crops. And he's done this to try to get their attention, to show them that the way they're living is wrong, to lead them to turn their lives around, to come back to him. But God says that his people still haven't listened. And so there's this threat that exile is coming, that yet another and even worse round of punishment is yet to come. So for us today, we can see similar things. We see sin in our own hearts, in our own lives. We can be greedy and selfish. We can be envious of others. We can be dishonest. We can be lazy. We can be proud. We can be lustful. We can have little self-control. We can be hateful. We can be easily angered for imperfect reasons. But we also see that sin affects the structures of our society, that sin gets into all areas of our lives. And we see this sometimes. We see studies that come out that say that the way our justice system works favors certain people, gives them advantages over others due to their wealth or their race or something like that. Now, our healthcare system doesn't treat everybody equally. Not everyone has the same access to education and things like that. And we see that sin affects the way our world works on the individual level and on a sort of a corporate level. Sin is everywhere. Sin makes things not the way they should be. Sin leads to people taking advantage of others. Sin leads to people being ignored and forgotten and neglected. And we see that God cares about that. God isn't silent. God says this is not the way things should be. God says, I care about all people. I want things to be done with justice, things to be done in the way that is right and good. I want there to be mercy and love and grace, because this is who God is. This is the way that God acts. Now for us today, those of us who are Christians, who are part of God's people, we don't have to fear punishment the way that the Israelites did, because Jesus has taken all our punishment. But still, God still allows disasters to come. He still sends things like famine and drought. And part of that is because he's using these kind of things to discipline us, to wake us up. He's not trying to make us pay for our sins, but sometimes God needs to allow us to go through hard times, to show us that we're wandering from him, or to wake us up to the reality of sin. And God also has to deal with people who are not his people, and he has every right to punish them if he wants. But we see that God cares about sin, and God won't just let sin go, because sin hurts his world that he's made, and hurts people that he's made. Sin in our hearts, on our individual lives, sin on the society level. God cares about it because it's not what he wants for his world. So that's my thought for today's reading. Feel free to share your own thoughts if you'd like. That would be great. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a great day.